and they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it. A man gives it.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying.
What's up, family? Back again. And if it's your first time, welcome to Reality Spins. It's a one-man show where I pretty much just go over what we've been going through in our daily lives, what we have going on in the culture. I ain't gonna talk too much about politics if I can help it. But I do want to get into just pretty much what's been going on lately, like this right here.
No matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity when you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I'm playing the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay.
Waiting.
So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach. And you threaten to punch them in the mouth. Or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't.
Yo. I gotta say that I know I didn't give you full context of the conversation. Let me first say that is on Valuetainment, Patrick Bet David channel. I will leave the link in the description because no, he doesn't just interview black people. He interviews worldly figures. He talks about worldly things. I mean, the conversation is much bigger than us just talking about what's going on in one community. Okay, I said all that to say. I don't know why Terrence Howard is here, because I saw one clip that was titled that he was going at Eric Weinstein, the guy who tried to sun him on Joe Rogan. And I don't think Terrence Howard is actually losing steam. But then again, I'm not in Hollywood, so I wouldn't know if it was time to pull a hat trick or whatnot, But it almost sounded like when your career gets slow, just mention Puffy. Y'all tell me. I'm just spitballing here, but y'all tell me. That's just what it sounds like from first listen. Okay. So about the image a certain type of man projects when he walks into a room. Yes, it is noticeable. Yes, it can change the temperature in the room or the smell of the air or the way that the atmosphere feels, you know what I mean, when a certain type of person walks into a room. The same way a certain type of woman can walk into a room and change the atmosphere, I agree with Terrence Howard in that aspect, you know what I mean? And no, I don't like give off no super tough projection when I'm out or whatnot, but no, I don't, and I'm not above somebody approaching me, but yeah, I am the type of person that would probably go straight off if approached that way. Yeah. And that's a part of, just me not knowing how to control myself in certain situations, you feel me? Also, growing up the way I did, that's heavily insulting, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you approach a certain type of man, you're going to get a certain type of response. You feel me? Straight up. I had a situation at work the other day. This guy, he's in the passenger seat. His woman, I suppose that's who she was. She's driving or whatnot. And I'm trying to check them in. And he's talking all this madness about it not going that way the last time he'd been here. And I must be on some old police ass, Okay. Long story long, family. dude got me real tight, but I had to keep it in pocket. You know what I mean? And the only reason I didn't say anything was because, yes, I'm at work. I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm supposed to allow this dude to, you know, say what he wants as long as, you know, he's just talking. You feel me? But the more he talked, the first thing I realized was, yeah, you know, me and him are not the same. Because if I wanted to, you know, I would not be talking. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I get that part. Yo, for real. I agree with Terrence Howard. If you lose your man card, then, yes, around other men, you will be perceived as, you know, less than a man or whatnot. But the only pushback I could offer for this is this right here. How do we know who's lost their man card? You know what I mean? Hey, like, you know, because there are a lot of masculine men who choose to do their thing. They you know, they also got that phrase out there, down low. You know what I mean? Hey, if a person is down low, then 9 times out of 10, you don't really know what they're doing out there. You feel me? Only the people they're doing it with are actually familiar with that. And then, you know, don't get me wrong, it always gets out because, you know, there's always those rumors, you know, that person's down low or that person's down low, you know. But those are just, you know, in the air, you know. And don't get me wrong, to a man, if that gets in the air about other men that they know, yeah, you know, that is going to change their perception of them. True. But I kind of feel like that's only in a certain, you know, a group or niche or whatnot when it comes to who's, because, you know, there's a lot of people who are in support of that type of lifestyle, even if they don't live it. You know what I mean? So I agree with Terrence Howard, but I also kind of disagree. You know what I mean? Because how you gonna know unless they actually approach you? You know what I mean? If they've lost their man card or they've given away their man card, how will we actually know? You know. And if you stayed to this point, family, I appreciate you. I want to say, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, tell me what you think about this crazy mess, man. Because like I said, the world will keep spinning, whether we wake up or not. Share to keep your people informed of what we got going over here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Salute.